Hey guys, Ultra Maximus here. Like my videos? Please consider buying me a coffee. Thank you so much for the support. It helps me continue making content that you enjoy. Oh, hey, look, it's Dolph Lundgren. That is He-Man, not Dolph. You know what? I'm gonna give you this one.
You suck.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're going to take a look at a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe deluxe figure from the new CGI Netflix show, and this thing is definitely interesting. I loved the show. I thought it was a lot of fun, and these figures are big, they're chunky, and they remind me a lot of the toy play from back in the 80s. So let's go ahead and jump in there and take a look at the packaging. So here we have He-Man in the packaging, and he's kind of on a blistered card. I kind of like it. It's nice and big. It says He-Man Masters of the Universe. We got He-Man Power Attack with the sword, and really nothing on the sides of the figures themselves. So just kind of close up, we got this cool looking Castle Grayskull, the logo, Power Attack He-Man, and then the backside has He-Man himself and the play gimmicks, and then what other figures come in the line. So just kind of a close up. There it is. All kinds of fun. This thing definitely looks cool. So let's go ahead and get him out of box and see what we think. So here we have He-Man out of the packaging, and he's definitely pretty big and bulky. I love the exaggerated effects on these figures. They remind me of giant mini Eternia figures, and he pretty much looks like he does in the show. So that's definitely cool. He's got the Sword of Power right there, which is very awesome. Now, the issue with mine is he's got some really loose legs. They just jiggle, 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 which is very unfortunate. However, it doesn't affect the way it stands, really, or the playability on the figure. But if you see the original one I had with Road Ripper, it's not like that at all. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at his accessory, his Power Sword. Now, this actually looks pretty cool. I like the silver and the gold paint apps. It's very broad and huge, much like the other, components to this series. Now, the cool thing is you can actually store it on his back here. There's a plug that you can put in there, and it stores onto his back just like this. And this looks fantastic up on the shelf. I definitely dig that, and we're going to take this off. Look at the articulation. Now, his head does move back and forth, goes up and down just a little bit. His hair gets in the way a bit, but his arms move up and down at the shoulder. His wrists both swivel, nothing at the elbow itself. Now, he's got the power punch, just like the old classic He-Man figures, and he can punch downwards, which is a nice upgrade from the 80s toys. I definitely dig that. And then he's got ball joints up at the hips, but nothing at the knees and nothing at the ankles, but that's okay. Now, the one thing I do like is the port on the back does have that kind of gray skull kind of shape, which is very cool. And these guys are awesome. They got that doinky doink play that we had in the 80s, and it just matches the show perfectly. Now, taking a closer look at the figure itself, the sculpt, he's got the itty-bitty tiny goofy head with the ginormous arms going on, but this is exactly the way he looked in the show itself. I do like the color scheme. I like the blues and the grays. The sword itself looks good. I like the gold around the hilt and the silver. He's got kind of this red H for He-Man, which is, they got rid of the cross, which sucks, but it is what it is. That's been that way since like the 2000s. And I mean, it looks like it does on the show, and he's big and he's muscular, and it's kind of that weird, super deformed look. And well, that's the way the show looks, and I like how the toy does as well. Now, taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, it looks like the show. He's got the gauntlets, which kind of have the H symbol going on. We get this Grayskull-like piece on the back where you put the sword in. You've got the big meat hooks. I like the light blue on his loincloth, the gray skull logo on his belt, and he's got this kind of really deep blue armor that he's got in the show, which we've not seen in He-Man before, but you know what? That's okay. It's something different, and it works for the show that it was in. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, he's got these armored kind of silver boots. We got the loincloth on the back, again, the light blue and the silver. He's got the blue armor on the legs. A lot of detail and sculpt going on in the boots, which is pretty decent. I just wish we had either a swivel at the knee or the ankle, but yeah, it is what it is. We didn't have that with the original 80s figures, and, well, I don't really expect it with this one either. For comparison, here we have the deluxe CGI Netflix He-Man with the Origins He-Man and the He-Man that came with the Road Ripper. I really liked that one the best compared to the other two, to be honest. I do like the sword over the yellow one, though. I think that the silver and the gold looks really, really nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Road Ripper He-Man here. Get him to stand up, maybe. These guys are kind of weird and goofy. They're so weird and super deformed. So there he is. And then we'll stand him up with the standard deluxe He-Man. And yeah, they're definitely cool to see side by side. But that sword that comes with the deluxe, so much better. So let's go ahead and take this yellow one out of the Road Ripper OG He-Man color scheme. And we'll swap them out. See how this guy looks with this sword. So we're going to plug this into his hand like this, and wow, that looks really good. I love those OG He-Man colors with that sword. I think that looks really, really nice. Again, you got to balance these guys right to stand them upright, and we'll put the craptastic yellow sword in the standard deluxe He-Man and get him to stand upright. There we go. And yeah, put these guys side by side, and well, yeah, the brown and the orange He-Man with the deluxe He-Man sword I think looks the best personally, but you decide. So is the Netflix CGI Power Attack He-Man something that you want in your Masters of the Universe collection? Well, if you like the CGI show, I think this is very fun. They're very doinky-doink type of play. They're very different. The show was a lot of fun, and this really grasps the imagination of the 80s to me. I know kids are going to love these toys. It is different, but you know what? It's nice, it's fresh, and it's got a lot of that nostalgia from the 80s that I'm definitely digging. So they're only $10 a figure, and that's amazing in 2021. So I definitely recommend these figures because, well, they're coming off the shelves at rapid pace. So there's a lot of people that like them, and hopefully we see a lot more. So there he is! Power Attack He-Man from the new CGI Netflix Masters of the Universe. Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos, and follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.